Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on right now. I know the news about this been floating out a few days, but people been saying for a while that Ryan Garcia and Ennis need a fight with a big name, and now a certain mandatory is starting to come out, especially with these two guys included, which is news that caught a lot of people off guard. I wasn't too surprised, but definitely surprised. Yeah, I wasn't too surprised, but definitely was surprised because I thought Tiafimo's name would have been linked because it already was, but then when you think about certain things, I'll talk about later about the other things, but as far as just this right here, yeah. Yeah, this definitely because overpaying for the Ennis fight, not for the Ennis fight, but the Brian Norman fight would have definitely made sense. Not even overpaying, just paying what everybody else is wanting. Everybody else wants the same thing. But I don't know how you gonna get undisputed at that weight class. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Man, I mean, if everything fall into place, I don't know. If Ennis don't fight Ryan Garcia at 47, and Ryan Garcia goes undefeated for the next year or two, yeah, he's gonna be the champion at that weight class. Still gotta make weight and everything, but should be all right at this point. 47. But yeah, Jaron Ennis' name getting linked with a lot of people right now. They starting to. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. I seen it as soon as they started to do the Tiafimo and Virgil Ortiz thing. Yeah, that's what caught me off guard. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy summer. 47 starting to light up. 154 starting to make some moves. Yeah, it's a lot of things starting to line up. Yeah, it's one thing people ain't really paying attention to, but I'm gonna have to write that down real quick before I forget. Yeah, let me write this down real quick. Oh yeah, so they said that Chris Eubanks was on the weight on one scale. I just heard about that on a video with his trainer. Yeah, they said he was on weight, and then when he stepped on the other scale, he wasn't on weight. Couldn't weigh in again. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he getting set up for the ultimate tonight. Well, tomorrow. The stuff I'm seeing. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. But yeah, Jaron Ennis is have a lot of names linked to him. Ryan Garcia hasn't even had a fight at 47 yet. And they already linking his name with Jaron Ennis. I know why, because they're saying it's an intern belt, then they turned it from intern to regular champion, whatever. Then Jaron Ennis, super champion. They're doing it like that. If that fight ever could happen, definitely would watch it. Yeah, no question about it. But yeah, you gotta win to make those fights happen. I thought about it. I said, "Oh yeah, that would be a good fight. It would, but not right now. If it can't happen, because I think Ryan would have to fight what twice. So yeah, it's still a big difference until that can happen. That's not right around the corner. We'll have to see, man. Next week, how everyone looks. We'll have a better idea then. But yeah, with Boost though, that'd be a good fight, man. We gotta see how Ryan looks at 147. I wanted to see him against a 47, like against Rolly. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm never gonna be satisfied with that. That's to just be like okay with that. Nah, not me. Everybody else they can do that, but I don't. That's not gonna let me know how good he is or how better he got fighting Rolly, especially at 47. At 147, come on, man. Yeah, we talking about 147. You don't know the difference. But yeah, that's a good fight though, man. If it does happen, I want to see it. But yeah, that's crazy. They got the mandatories already set up. They used to not have it like this. I'm gonna just say they're doing it like that now because I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be a normal thing or they just doing it right now because Canelo got stripped recently, so it's gonna make it seem like everybody been getting stripped recently. It's gonna seem like that, but it's not really the case. Yeah, everybody ain't been getting stripped lately. Because them Janovit fights, man, he been having some weak mandatories. Those mandatories they have him in. Oh, yeah, those some weak mandatories. Not a huge fan of those. I'm telling you, they better get the best out of him. It's gonna be a Triple G situation all over again. Cause there's a lot of fights he could have been in that just weren't looked at or requested. Yeah, it was a lot of them. But yeah, Boot's gonna be busy though. Everybody looking for a big fight now. Ain't no other big fight. It's like Barrios in his own world. Not saying he don't want to fight nobody. I'm saying ain't nobody include him in the mix. They not include him in the mix at all. Yeah, this gonna be a while. Next couple of months. Well, we know what Ryan Garcia's plans gonna be. Yeah, we definitely know what that's gonna be. Yeah, man, it's crazy. They got a lot of fights lined up already. No joke, man. They stand two steps ahead. You already know each and every scenario at this point. Yeah, they're gonna have some pressure on Ryan now. This is some real pressure. This gonna be the first real pressure he done felt. And he's fighting for a belt too. They can think it's gonna be easy if they want to. Yeah, 147 is about to get vicious. Yeah, that weight class is getting very crowded. And you got Rohan Polanco just came up to 47. I know you got the Kenneth Sims, Pharrell, and Rocha just fought. Yeah, Carell and Rocha just fought recently. Oh, that dude, David Fafo. I see him, Lewis Crocker, Avis Griffin. Yeah, you can still got some guys who can mix it up. Yeah, you got some guys who can mix it up. Yeah, I think 147 is gonna be a dangerous division. Yeah, it's gonna be a dangerous division. I think once Boots and Brian Norman Jr. got that fight, when they start uh, negotiating that fight, that's when everything started to get back jumping as far as 147. Yeah, man. I think that if Rolly go out there and shock Ryan this week, it's gonna cancel a lot of plans. He go out there and do that next week. He gonna cancel a lot of plans. Yeah, I would definitely be surprised if he did that. And then you got sanctioning bodies coming out now. They're saying the winner of, so they're not just saying like if it's gonna be Ryan or Rolly, but you know most people are expecting Ryan to win this upcoming fight. But if Rolly was to win, definitely would be upset of the year. That would solidify 2025 as a crazy year in boxing. We got one more week, so we'll definitely figure it out. I can't believe Eubanks went out there drained today, man. He went out there drained today, man. I seen it this morning, so it didn't look as bad, but after just now seeing it, I think it is bad. He definitely looked out of it. If they would have fought right then at the weigh-in, he would have lost. I mean, this dude didn't have any energy. And people said Boots was drained. No way. Boots ain't look nothing like how Eubanks look. Yeah, he definitely don't look like that. Yeah, I'm glad Ryan's getting some opponents named out because the fans had a hard time coming up with opponents. They had like they were scared to say any names with Ryan. Like just throw a name out there. We just trying to see a matchup with him. Because with me, it don't matter who you really match him up with. Yeah, we just trying to see a name. It don't matter who you match him up with. But yeah, I had told people recently, man, that this guy was, as far as with Ryan, I already knew he was gonna be in this kind of position. Once they start working fights around, because you got to realize most of these things is happening now. Yeah, the other card happened with Bitterviv and Bibble, but it hasn't been a card like the one they're gonna do the weekend with Ryan and Tiafimo and all those guys. So if you just look at certain things, they've been waiting on him to make the final move. It's gonna be a lot of moves made with him involved. And like I said, definitely gave him credit because he helped get the ball rolling on a lot of different things. Um, and at first when he was saying as far as the Tank and Ryan fight, yeah, that was a big part. But I think when Tiafimo beat Loma, that was a huge part. Um, when Haney beat Cambosis, that was a huge part of it. Those parts was just as big as what anybody else did because those guys were doing what a lot of people weren't doing, and were able to beat Loma. So it's a lot of people that's still trying to accomplish things like beating Loma, even right now. So a lot of guys' resumes look strong, but if you have a boxer who's fighting top guys all the time, his resume is gonna get stronger. It's not gonna take much. Look at Keyshawn Davis. His resume is gonna be strong in a minute. Very strong. It's strong already. It's gonna be strong soon to the point where nobody can question it. I be seeing them question his resume now. I'm like, okay. I don't know who these guys think walk around in boxing right now, Muhammad Ali or whoever. But yeah, that's a fight I'm trying to see, man. I'm trying to see a fight between any of the top fighters. They ain't got Tank involved as far as in the Ryan and T.O. and Haney situation, but it's still some good fights. I think more people kind of focus on Tank and Shakur still fighting each other, so them being involved with that wouldn't make sense, and it's not the same weight class. But yeah, I'm glad that. But my thing is, as far as with this Ennis and Ryan situation, the way it looks, that fight wouldn't probably happen till next year. I don't even know if he's gonna be there that long. It seems like one of them situations where they like, yeah, we gonna make sure that he when he leaves the division, somebody's in that spot. Man, if I was already at that weight class, I'd be heated. It wouldn't be no way. Yeah, I don't know how some of these guys do it. Yeah, getting passed over like that, I would have like, yeah, I would have been like, nah, that's crazy. Yeah, but I think if the fight was happening later this year, I don't think it'll be a weight issue at all. It definitely does cut into the undisputed thing. The more I think about it, it feel like something that probably can't happen, but you never know. You definitely never know. And it's not a lot of fighters calling out Ennis after that standing on this fight. It's only like two or three guys. So you'll have to throw those opponents like the Ryan versus Rolly winner. Yeah, I just thought about it. It's not a lot of guys really calling them out. They know that's a dangerous fight. Yeah, I wish they would have called Ennis early at 47. There wouldn't be that many call outs going on. A lot of these people just got to 47, so you know how that goes. Yeah, they just got to 147. That weight class been rebuilding for a minute. It's been like a year or two, but same kind of faces. But we need some new talent. That's why Brian Norman Jr. is in the division now, making noise. Yeah, this era is wild though, man. It's the first era where you don't really see champions get called out like that. It's a lot of champions that really don't get called out. And the main reason people say, "Oh, he's not a payday." I'm not talking about now as far as what's going on now, but recent memory. Oh yeah, they got that heavyweight division. What's up, round one? They got the heavyweight division they doing with the tournament with the new prospects, new pro guys at the heavyweight division. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna check it out Sunday. Either Sunday or Saturday. I can't do it right now, but I'm gonna check it out Sunday. Definitely need some. We ain't got enough talent in the heavyweight division. You know, a lot of these heavyweights are blown up cruiserweights anyways. Yeah, man, 8 hours long. I couldn't catch them all. I was like, man, I had to watch the first one. It was so good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to force myself off of the computer watching it. I was watching on TV, my bad. I had to force myself from stop watching it though. But yeah, we definitely need some more prospects. This is gonna help what Turkey Alashik is doing right now. It's been a lot of boxers we had recently, last 10 years. That's been good, but couldn't really get no fights. I think that's gonna change now. Usually when they find out somebody can box or they're good, you see what happening with Boots now. You know, Terrence Crawford was never in a position like this. I see. He said, I think some of these young fighters we seen on the tournament might be signed to that boxer promotion Turkey and Dana doing. Uh, could be, but a lot of those guys signed up recently. Like, they signed up in like February, March. I think most of those guys are gonna be trying out for that. It's gonna be like a tryout almost. I definitely think it has something to do with it, but this is this has more so to do with the WBC though. It's a WBC tournament, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be some Dana White and Turkey involvement with these guys. You're gonna see a lot of those guys on that platform. I don't think soon. I think that'll be like next year though, because I don't know. It all depends. It all depends. Yeah, I think Turkey will have some involvement though with Dana White. It all depends though, because the tournament lasts until like December. So yeah, that's a long time. I think Dana White has an idea of what he wants to do though with that tournament, as far as the guys he's gonna pick. Even if a guy loses early, because I've seen a couple of guys lose already, and the fight was pretty good and it was close. These are definitely some high level pros. So you're gonna see a lot of these guys again. I think even a lot of cards you have now on Top Rank, because you know Top Rank's gonna leave ESPN. So yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of different young fighters on undercards. But Turkey doesn't have that many cards yet, so we'll have to just see what's his plan going forward. But I think Turkey is helping change boxing right now though. I definitely think so. That card next week is gonna explain a lot. We haven't seen what's gonna happen yet, so just gotta wait and see, but it's definitely gonna be something we never seen before. I hope it's not too late though. A lot of these fights they have with Ryan be late, man. It's already in Times Square. Yeah, it's gonna start small. Well, I don't know how small it is because I'm hearing some things like as far as with Dana, he might have some involvement with the Canelo and Crawford card. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but yeah, I'm watching MMA right now. Yeah, I'm watching UFC right now. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. Oh, I'm just watching some fighters for tomorrow. I'm watching the other girl's name. I'm watching Aldridge versus Vienna. Just watching the old fight. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at the fighters for that UFC Kansas card. Yeah, Ryan hasn't fought a 147 yet either. Like a guy who's been at 147 the whole time. What's up, Eric Brooks? Yeah, Ryan hasn't fought a 147. That's why I'm kind of struggling at. I'm trying to figure out how good he is at 147, but even with him fighting Rolly isn't he's not a legit 47, so it's kind of hard to measure him up against Ennis. Because Rolly and Ennis is two different fighters. Rolly is not on Ennis level. Yeah, I'm watching that UFC card tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I didn't know it was in Kansas though. I think I seen something like that, but I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, with Ryan though, I was hoping that um with Ryan, I was hoping that he would have prepared himself as far as fighting the 47 before I can actually say he can compete with a guy like Ennis, but I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I just don't. Like you said, basic skills. And I seen one of his old fights recently. I just didn't like his some of his moves he had. Like he still fights the same kind of way. He hasn't changed anything up at all. This dude has the same moves. And the defense is very amateur. But and we're talking about on a level as far as with power punchers. You know, Ennis and fighting Tank is difficult, but fighting Ennis is at 47 is just as difficult. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Yeah, definitely. Ryan getting him up out of there. Yeah, bro start boxing super late. He started boxing super late. I seen Ryan getting beat up by guys with no power, man. Less power than Ryan. That's why I was like, man, I'm trying to give him a shot. Like, can he win this part? Or I just don't see it. I just do not see it. I'm telling you, if Rolly is able to get a knockout or a win over Ryan, it'll be the biggest upset. That would definitely be the biggest upset. Nobody's actually. That's something nobody sees coming, but I don't know, man. It's just hard to take Rolly serious right now, leading up into this fight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I can't blame them though, man. Bro, they had so much time. They had so much time to put certain fights together. They dropped the ball on boxing. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why he been pushing those events. You see, he made a couple of changes after that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. You see, he made a couple of adjustments for that fight. After he was like, "Whoa!" Start moving a little faster in between the fights. Yeah, those guys. But if the promoters would have worked together and did things a little better, they would have been okay. But Turkey's gonna do a lot of things that's gonna make the promoters say, "Man, I should have did that." It might be a lot of things that Turkey starts doing that promoters might start doing. We might have to talk about that one day. We might have to talk about some of the things that promoters are doing that Turkey's been doing. I'm starting to see a couple of things already. He said Turkey is terrible for the sport. Who is good for the sport of boxing? That'll be a hard question. That'll be a question nobody be able to answer. Who is good for the sport of boxing? You know what I notice about boxing? Everybody will say how trash boxing is right now and how terrible boxing is, but nobody wants to say who made boxing terrible. Ain't that crazy? Then I hear a lot of fans, they'll say, well, boxing is trash right now. But then those same fans will be the first ones to say how great the face of boxing or somebody is. If the sport is terrible, why are we holding up champions like they're legit champions? I don't understand. It's backwards sometimes. It said Turkey got money but can't pack up the place. That's where Dana and the WWE Nick Khan going to help Dana. Yeah, but as far as in boxing though, to be honest with you, I I agree with you. But as far as in boxing though, you said Al Heyman and Mayweather ruined the sport. Al Heyman and Mayweather. I've been thinking about that. I'm glad you said that. You said Al Heyman and Mayweather ruined the sport. I've been thinking about that. When somebody said that, I've been thinking about who's actually ruined the sport. I've been thinking about that. And I'm glad you said that. Because I've been thinking about that. And I've been thinking about that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I think about when people say Al Heyman and Mayweather ruined the sport. I think that's some of the dumbest things I ever heard. No disrespect to using name one. I think when people say Mayweather and Al Heyman ruined the sport, I think that's some of the dumbest things I ever heard. I'm gonna tell you why. Anthony Joshua, his promoter is Eddie Hearn, right? You said Al Heyman overpaying people. Okay, I hope. Let me ask a question then, since everybody wants to talk about Al Heyman and all that stuff. This is where I know everybody's not going to tell the truth. How has Eddie Hearn helped the sport of boxing if Anthony Joshua has not fought Tyson Fury, but he fought Ngannou, an MMA fighter? So that's one. Eddie Hearn. Have anybody looked around and seen what Eddie Hearn did to Anthony Joshua? Do we see what Eddie Hearn has done to Anthony Joshua? Look how many fighters that got destroyed being around Eddie Hearn. And I like Eddie Hearn. But but people want to say Al Heyman, whatever. And the man still hasn't gave me the fights I wanted to see. I give him credit for Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, but that wasn't a fight I requested to see. I asked Eddie Hearn for like 10 fights before that. Eddie helped the zone. The zone is not even that good. The zone almost went bankrupt. And what he said, he helped Matchroom. Matchroom isn't that good either. They don't got nothing but a lot of American fighters right now. I don't know if Matchroom is big. I heard a lot of people's fans said America was falling apart last year. American boxing was dead. He said there was never a clear time to make an AJ versus Fury. There was never. So you telling me that Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury 3 times, and Anthony Joshua, who's supposed to be a bigger star than Deontay Wilder? See, there go the excuses right there. Y'all see that? This is why Turkey Al-Sheikh is in boxing. Right here. Because they said that Eddie Hearn them been setting up fights that no fans have asked for. And we still got fans up here like, no, because they didn't have time. Bro, get out of here, bro. This is why sport of boxing is in Turkey Al-Sheikh's hand. Just prove my point just like that. He said, man, look at Boots. Al didn't give him a chance, just didn't put him near Spence when he was man and Eddie putting Boots on main event in his own city. I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing, but I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing, but I don't know if anybody was here. Round 1, I don't know if you was here like a couple of weeks ago when Boots fought Stanionis. But after you get off here, I want you to go back and look at my live where I did a live. Okay? I want you to, because every time PBC comes up, it's Al Heyman's name, right? So I want you to go see a live I did recently. Because people forget that Stanionis was just with, he's still considered a PBC fighter. So they just made a fight with Boots after Boots just left PBC. I don't know if people understand that. But you know, it is what it is. He said, look how bad PBC is. They ruined Dave Benavidez's career. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? PBC ruined Dave Benavidez's career. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Ruin his career? You talking like Dave Benavidez is Rayo or something. Rayo career ain't ruined, but I'm saying. What? What are you talking about? He said Boots will have to move up. Nobody want to see him fight small guys. Bro, Ryan is fighting small guys at 147 right now, bro. Of course people want to see Boots fight small guys at 147. Ryan Garcia is doing it right now. We just seen Ryan Garcia step in the ring a whole welterweight against Devin Haney and fight him and got credit for that whole fight for being overweight. Of course people want to see Boots fight small guys. Everybody else doing it. What? Everybody else fighting small guys. Matter of fact, I'll give you more proof that everybody fighting small guys. Didn't everybody say that Benavidez was too big for Canelo, but then they let Bivol, who's at 175, jump in the ring with Canelo? So all of a sudden people think Benavidez is bigger than Bivol? It's crazy. You said there's a certain community obsessed with trashing Ryan. I smell jealousy. Bro, I don't know if you know it or not, but I was one of the only channels that was actually talking about Ryan when after he quit against Tank Davis. If you think this is a black versus white thing or Mexican thing, maybe it is. If you think so, I can make it that kind of thing. If you think you smell jealousy, I can make it about that though. Because to be honest with you, I didn't see none of y'all talking about Ryan Garcia after he quit against Tank. Him knocking Haney down a couple of times in a fight don't make him a great boxer in my eyes. He's not going to be a great boxer. He's not finna beat Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Tank, Boots Ennis, Crawford, Brian Norman Jr., Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis. He's not finna do all that. So let's just relax, okay? We can make it about that. What you want to do? I have no problem talking about none of that stuff on my channel. Please, trust me. That's why I'm live right now. Say what you need to say. We can talk about anything you want to talk about when it comes to Ryan Garcia. I know more than you know about Ryan Garcia. Trust me. If you want to crash out over Ryan Garcia, go ahead. I would gladly love to talk about and expose more about Ryan Garcia. Absolutely. Who? The same Ryan Garcia who was fighting 135s at 140. The same Ryan Garcia who's finna fight at 135 at 147. Come on now. Canelo uses rehydration clauses and catch weights. And guess what? The only reason why Ryan Garcia and Canelo had a rehydration clause or a catch weight put on them is because they were weight bullies and they wanted to fight Lil Floyd and Lil Tank Davis when they were supposed to be at 140 and 147. Canelo was supposed to be at 160. He wanted to fight Floyd at 152. Then when he fought Floyd at 152, he said, "Oh, I had to lose 2 pounds against Floyd. I'm a weight bully. I had to lose 2 pounds against Floyd because I'm a weight bully." Come on, man. Quit glorifying these guys, man. I know more about Ryan Garcia than you do. Relax. Go learn some boxing. I don't know what channels y'all be on, but those guys are failing y'all. I hope y'all know none of those guys like Ryan Garcia before he fought Haney anyways. Go check my videos. I like boxing. It's not a fan page. People mad because Ryan Garcia wanted to be a weight bully and he sold his soul to go fight Tank Davis. If you're the face of boxing and you're a bigger fighter than Tank and you're doing 1.2 million pay-per-views, why are you going to fight Tank Davis and weight draining yourself for a payday? And you got every fan that sounds like an idiot jumping on YouTube. Oh, wait, Ryan was weight drained. Okay. That's his fault. Didn't nobody tell him to lose weight. He went and did that himself. Like somebody forced Ryan Garcia to fight. Man, quit taking up for this guy like y'all really think he's damn next Muhammad Ali. Ryan Garcia is not even going to be he's not going to be the next Manny Pacquiao. He's not going to be the next Canelo. He's just a good fighter. They got lucky on some PEDs. Let's be real. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing right here. If he wins 4 fights over the next 5 years, nobody's gonna be talking about the guy. We're gonna be talking about how he used to be on drugs and flipping out online. So let's relax. You said Floyd was too much of a coward. No, Canelo was too much of a weight bully, and he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather instead of going up fighting Marcos Maidana. It's not our fault that Canelo's a weight bully. Canelo didn't fight Pacquiao, or he didn't fight Marcos Maidana. And Maidana fought Floyd right after Canelo fought Floyd. So Canelo was really a scary little fighter. Adrian Broner got more balls than Canelo. He went from 135 to 147 to fight Maidana. But y'all laugh at guys like that. But y'all glorify guys who need PEDs to fight 135s that they can't even knock out. What kind of guy takes PEDs and can't knock out a 135? Sad. You said Ryan was proved innocent? If he was proved innocent, why did he just get off suspension? Okay. But Ryan was proved innocent, right? Okay. So let me ask you a question, username one. So if I told you Devin Haney quit against Tank Davis in the 7th round, if I said Devin Haney quit against Tank Davis in the 7th round, and then the next fight he got in trouble for something, pop for something, cheating, you would probably believe it. But since it's Ryan Garcia, oh no, I can't believe what Ryan. Man, Ryan quit against Tank. Who you think Ryan Garcia is? That's the same fighter that quit against Tank. You act like Ryan Garcia finna walk through walls. That's the same dude that quit against Tank. Of course he need help. Stop it. Come on, man. That dude needed help against Tank. We out here like, yeah, Ryan, man, he a real fighter. Come on, stop it. Please stop it, man. I don't know why y'all fans out here taking that stuff serious for real. Yeah, but why Ryan couldn't take that against Tank though? My thing is this right here. If you gonna let somebody weight drain you, why you ain't gonna take no PEDs against Tank since PEDs don't matter? And then people say, oh, it was just for losing weight. Why you ain't use that to lose weight against Tank Davis? You said the guy that was managing him didn't disclose the supplement to New York State Athletic. What does that have to do with Ryan Garcia being a weight bully? You have a lot of excuses for a guy who was a weight bully. He came in overweight, bro. I don't know if you know it or not, but Ryan's the only fighter that came in overweight recently and gotten credit for it. Do you know any other fighters who came in overweight and everybody said, good job? Come on, bro. This is how desperate these fans are. These are fanboys. Come on, bro. Who gets credit for who gets credit for saying, yeah, he didn't come in on weight? This dude been fighting at welterweight for like 2 years now, and people acting like, yeah, let's see how he looks at 147. We've been seeing how he looks at 147. Dude fought his last fight at 143. That is a 147. Unless 143 is a new weight class I haven't heard about yet. Last time I checked, if you weigh in at 143, that means you need to be fighting at 147, right? If you weigh in at 143 and you're a 140 champion, you're going to lose your belt. You said Haney still showed up on heavier on fight night, bro. Bro, who cares, bro? Look, let me tell you something. If everybody said, I don't want to see Haney fight ever again, he lost to Ryan, I would be cool with that. But the fact that people that are fans of Ryan Garcia say that Haney got destroyed by Ryan, but they want to see the fight again, that makes no sense to me. People know that Ryan Garcia is a cheater. Dudes is like, yeah, I want to see the fight again, bro. Why would you want to see the fight again if you already seen him lose? Why don't you just want to move on? If I was Ryan Garcia, I would say, man, I should have fought Tank next. Put me in the ring with Tank. That's the biggest fight in boxing. You said so Ryan lost? Bro, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Is there anybody out here that you heard? Everybody you heard talk about the fight says that Haney got washed by Ryan. Let me ask you a question. What other fight have you seen where a guy got knocked down 3 or 4 times in the fight and people said, I want to see the rematch? Could you please let me know what fight you ever seen in boxing where somebody got knocked down? This is how I expose fake Ryan Garcia fans. Because I really watch Ryan Garcia, and I know when everybody starts showing up to be a fan of Ryan Garcia. I don't like to expose people like that, but I'm just going to explain this, though. Not saying that you are around one, I'm just saying it, as far as in general. Nobody's going to be able to answer that because they already know what time it is. Everybody wants to see the rematch because they felt like Ryan Garcia failed a drug test. They know that. People can get on here and say something about a chemist or a supplement. First thing you say is, oh, why you want to see the rematch then? Nobody can explain right now why they want to see the rematch. See everybody getting quiet now. Nobody can explain why they want to see the rematch. They know he's a fraud. And I gave him credit for the win. But look, it's no more credit, bro. You cheated. That's it. That's it. And the worst part about it is, you still didn't box well in the fight. You still wasn't winning rounds. Dudes on PED still wasn't winning rounds, and you didn't get a knockout. Look how nice we are. I can't believe people are walking around this earth, and they have eyes and ears. And these people actually, some of these people actually graduated school. And this man went out here and knocked the man down 3 or 4 times. Couldn't win most of the rounds without a knockdown. Couldn't knock the man out on PEDs. And you still look bad. I don't think other people understand that. He needs to stay away from everybody that he fights against. If you go look at his old fights, he's not it. Dang, username, you just left like that? That's what we gonna do? Username, that's what we gonna do? he said he beat the black out of Haiti. and what did Tank beat out of what did Tank beat out of Ryan? Username, let me ask you a question. What loss was worse? Who would you rather lose, like Devin Haney versus Ryan or Ryan Garcia versus Tank? So you want to go out there and fight like Ryan Garcia versus Tank? You ever fought a fight like that in real life? Where a man stood over you on your knees? So you had another man stand over you while you was on your knees, like Ryan Garcia. That's what you gonna tell me? You think that's the best fight? That's the best that we got in boxing. A man that was on his knees while Tank Davis was standing over him. That's the best we got in boxing. So you respect that more than what you seen from Devin Haney. It's a sad day in boxing, buddy. Sad day in boxing. This is why boxing is boom going down. This is why girls watch it. Can you believe that women watch UFC now? They like, turn that boxing stuff off. Oh yeah, I know Ryan cheated. That's why people want to see the rematch. Round 1. Appreciate it for being honest. We seen John Jones go 5 rounds. DC in the rematch. DC didn't test positive. Now I always wanted to see a trilogy sang with them and Ryan. We need to see that rematch. But yeah, but at the same time though, nobody cares that Ryan failed the test though. Round 1, like if Ryan go out there and fail again, nobody cares. And it's so bad right now that even if you go out there and box right now and somebody hit you upside the head with a PED punch, people gonna say, oh, that don't matter. So, I mean, once boxing start getting like that, I mean, you can give a guy credit. You can give anybody credit at this point. That's the bad part about it. Just because of one guy. You said you could tell I never cut weight. I've definitely cut weight. I've cut 20 pounds in one day using one. But one thing I've never done is I've never went to a weight class where if I was gonna weigh in and actually get in the ring at that weight class and cut the weight, I wasn't gonna say after the fight, oh, well, I lost because I cut weight. I've never said that in my life. The fact that Ryan Garcia said that he lost because he cut weight and all the other stuff, I don't want to say the word, but let's just say he's a uterus. This dude said I could tell you never cut weight. So you mad at me because I never jumped in the ring before at a weight class that I wasn't even at before I fought the fight? Then I get in the ring, get a big paycheck. I basically jump in the ring to fight Tank for a payday because I wasn't gonna do much. I was already injured. Then I'm weight drained. Then I quit. I'm injured, I'm weight drained, then I quit. Now, mind you, when everybody else goes out like a soldier, when you see other fighters go out like a soldier, everybody want to put them on the meme. This dude, Ryan Garcia, is like, oh, barely breathing. Doesn't have a scratch on him. He's like, oh, I quit, man. Let me take a knee, man. And everybody's like, yeah, congrats, man. Look how many tickets he sold. You said, so you know how sluggish it leaves you. Yeah, but what did that got to do with a grown man telling somebody? I've never heard somebody say they lost a fight because they was weight drained. Do you understand? Let me tell you something, username number 1. Do you understand that what Ryan Garcia did was so girly and so cowardly? It was so cowardly, scary, and girly that now everybody else is talking about being weight drained and stuff because of this guy. That wasn't even a thing until this guy started coming around. Nobody was ever even talking about being weight drained or a weight bully until guys like him and Canelo start crying because they don't want to fight guys the same size as them. Did you not know that? Did you realize that everybody else was not crying about fighting guys the same size as them? I think us as fans have been too nice to guys like Ryan Garcia. I'm tired of Ryan Garcia crying about because he can't fight at 135 and 147 forever like he been doing. Like, bro, chill out, man. Then you fight Tank at 135. Then you say, oh, man, I was weight drained when I fought Tank. No, you were a weight bully when you fought Tank. No, you was a weight bully. That's what you was doing. And you didn't fight for a belt. He said Canelo only fights bigger opponents. Stop it. How does Canelo only fight bigger opponents? Stop it. And he fought Floyd, and he said that he was weight drained when he fought Floyd because he was at 152. If Canelo fought Floyd around 2012 or something, 13, whatever it was, and he was weight drained when he fought Floyd, and he was 152, how was he fighting bigger guys if he felt like he was weight drained when he weighed in at 152? And he was only 23 years old. Bro, are you serious? So you gonna sit up here and call Canelo a liar? So Canelo's lying on himself? So Canelo was weighing in at 150. Do y'all not know y'all own fighters? I don't, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how old y'all are, but bro, y'all gotta start learning y'all favorite fighters though, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. Your favorite fighter you gotta start learning your favorite fighter, bro. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't cool to be running around bragging about these guys. You don't know what's going on. It ain't cool. You said Amir Khan. He fought Amir Khan and he was at 54. What you talking about? Yeah, he was a weight bully. He fought him he was a 54. And then he moved right up and fought Triple G at 160. Yeah, same stuff Canelo been doing. Fighting Charlo at 54 when he's a 68. I mean, yeah, like same stuff, man. Bro, you gotta understand this, bro. That's why I said Ryan Garcia is, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all, bro. When y'all start seeing Ryan Garcia, the real Ryan Garcia, y'all gonna be like, man, all these YouTubers lied to me. Y'all gonna be like, man, these YouTubers lied to me. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. The only fighter that people really got left that people trying to troll with is Ryan Garcia. After that, it's over with. That's it. It's only one guy. And he has a long way to go. They naming him with boots now. He better hope he beats Devin Haney in the fight, because that's the only thing he gonna get. He better hope that happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but he better hope so. I don't think y'all understand it, but these dudes, man, they've been, man, username. I'm sorry to say it, bro, but you're gonna have to realize, man, like, by the time Ryan fights a 147, bro, you gotta realize this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna just tell you this openly. I'm gonna just throw this out here. They only been having Ryan fight people that's in a certain group, like Rolly, Haney, Tank. He ain't fighting nobody else that's like at 47 or something like that. He just fighting guys that used to be at 35. That's it. If that's not protected, I don't know what is. But he just fighting guys at 35. And he's at 147. That's the guy we supposed to be afraid of? I'm telling you. They be hyping these guys up, boy. I'm like, man. Jeez. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm not saying much. I'm just trying to throw that out there. Yeah, man, you gotta chill, bro. I'm telling you, next week, I know that's why I said Rolly fighting Ryan and everything else. It's gonna give Ryan time as far as him being able to adjust at 47. But man, I wouldn't put all my eggs in the basket for him, man. If I'm a boxing fan, I'm just gonna be real. Telling y'all, it's just basic common sense. The man took PEDs after he quit, and people are like, I don't know, I don't believe he did it. You don't believe a dude who quit would do anything to win? Are you insane? How much do you love this man? I don't love no man that much. A man who quit. All right, let me tell you something. If I quit the game, if me and you are playing the game, and I just sit down and I just quit, boom, I'm done. I ain't playing this no more. I'm tired of losing. Then later on, I get on the game and I'm just winning. And you like, man, why you so happy to play? Earlier you were just losing. That's because I'm cheating. That's why. I'm a cheater. That's why I'm winning now. I'm a cheater. I'm a cheater. It could be 0.001, whatever it is. I mean, 0.0001. It could be whatever. I'm a cheater. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like, bro, y'all making the dude look bad. I can't even, like, let me be honest with you. People have ruined it so bad for Ryan Garcia. I couldn't even save the guy if I could. If he was my cousin, I couldn't save him. He said Larry Riccio, 147 Maryland. Oh, he out of Maryland? Yeah, Maryland got some fighters right now. What's going on, underrated Will? Yeah, I don't know, man. People just gotta use common sense at a certain point, bro. Like, to be honest with you. At a certain point, it just gotta kick in. It just got to. That's why if you look at all the moves that's being made right now, it's a reason why they're being made a certain way. It's a reason why they got Ryan lined up with Boots belt. They want him to be in a position of power because him trying to go after a belt is dangerous for him. He can't run into another Tank situation. He just can't do it. He run into another Tank situation, his career gonna be on life support. That's why I said, oh, he gonna fight Tank next year? He ain't finna fight Tank. He ain't finna fight Tank. He don't want to fight Tank that bad. Any fight that could have been made, cause me just being unbiased, the fight that really should have been made. But you know, people saying, well, you know, you got to see the Haney and Ryan rematch. But I'm saying the fight that could have been made was that Ryan and Tank fight. But yeah, I ain't even see that card, man. I tried to see that card. Yeah, Maryland got some fighters right now. I need to write them down. I'm finna write his name down right now. I need to go back and watch that card too. Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing the yeah, I'm about to look them up now. I forgot where I put these names at. Let me put it right here. I probably seen them fight before. I know they got some fights on tonight, but I was like, man, I'm gonna just chill. I still gotta go back and watch those. Appreciate that underrated Will. I'm gonna check them out. I had missed that card too. I'm gonna try to go back and see them fights. I don't know how I'm gonna watch them. Yeah, man. DC, Philly, man, not DC, but yeah, the whole DMV's Philly. Definitely got some of the best fighters right now. It's not even close. Jersey, not even close. Whole East Coast. Like usually the West Coast, the West Coast always jumping, but right now the East Coast is killing it in boxing right now. It ain't even close. And I seen, you know what? I wanted to say something earlier about the Conor Ben fight too. And he just lost, but shoot, I felt like the way Jaleel Hackett fought against Dobson, shoot, he did a better job than Conor Ben did. He'll be a good style matchup for Conor Ben. They don't want to see him in the ring. That's a fact. I already see that. Yeah, I appreciate that underwear the wheel. I'm gonna check them out. I still gotta do a prospect video. Yeah, username. You can be here when the fights be on, man. You can definitely be here. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now. But like I said, man, Rolly ain't gonna be no good showcase for Ryan though. At 147, he gonna fall flat. And to be honest with you, man, a lot of fighters, and Canelo know this too. I ain't said this recently, but I'm gonna say this. Canelo said this too. Bruh, did y'all let me show you username what Canelo said about Ryan Garcia. Canelo, even Canelo knows what time it is with Ryan Garcia, bro. Even Canelo, even Canelo knows what's up with Ryan Garcia. uh, hey, don't nobody talk about this. It's funny. Nobody talks about this. Hey, using that, you ever see this? Nah, we ain't gonna watch. Nah, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the fight in the morning. As far as the Conor Ben, I ain't gonna watch the fights tonight. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna watch Conor Ben the whole card tomorrow. Then I'm gonna watch UFC. That's all I'm doing. I'm just coming out here for a little bit right now. But I'm watching Conor Ben tomorrow. That fight card. And then after that, whatever fights they got coming on next week. And then we got fights coming on tomorrow night, and we got fights coming on Sunday. So we got fights coming on Saturday, Sunday. Then we got fights coming on Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Thursday we got fight coming on. I don't know if everybody gonna be up to watch that. It's gonna be at midnight. I'll watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch those. I'm ready to watch the fights for next week though. I wonder what the weather is gonna be for Times Square when that fight happens. Times Square, New York. Weather. Damn, they talking about it's supposed to rain next week. Damn. They talking about it might rain. I got Tutor. I should watch it, but I got Tutor. I'ma chill. I got something else to do. I got Tutor though. I wish I could have went to that fight tomorrow. They got fight in New Jersey and Georgia this weekend. California, New Jersey, and Georgia. Yeah, Tutor. I might watch it, man. I don't know. It's a good fight though. I like Kevin Johnson. I don't know, man. Kevin Johnson ain't no. I forgot, man. I almost forgot what Kevin Johnson I was talking about. Yeah, this Kevin Johnson ain't no joke. I don't know, bro. Might have to go with Kevin Johnson on this one. See what this undercard looking like. Might jump on here for a little bit. See what they talking about later on. Yeah, I don't know, man. This dude Tudor, he's kind of young, man. I don't know. Oh, he lost to Sanchez. Oh, he lost to Sanchez. Dang. Yeah, Tudor might not be it, bro. I don't know. Hold on. This dude Kevin Johnson got 5 losses, but he not a bum though. That's what I'm saying, bro. Kevin Johnson ain't no bum though. Yeah, he is overrated. Kevin Johnson ain't no bum, so I don't know. I think let me double check one more time. It's a hard fight to pick, I ain't gonna lie. If Kevin Johnson go out there and do what he's supposed to, he should be able to beat Tudor. I don't know though. Can't really say that. Tudor might squeeze out with a close victory, bro. I don't know. If I had to guess, I would probably say he might squeeze out with a close victory. What they fighting at 47? This dude Kevin Johnson ain't that big though. He ain't big like Tudor. Yeah, it might have to roll with Tudor on this one. Charlo, yeah, he be taking them psychedelics. Charlo be on there high and stuff. You know that happens sometimes, but the way he high, it's kind of obsessive, bro. At a press conference, I said that like if you listen to Charlo, if you look at Charlo interviews, before he fought Benavidez, he was sounding the same way. I was like, bro, it's tore up. And you know, most people there hear a guy talking like that, they're like, oh, that's just a car wreck, bro. That's just a car wreck, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, that's somebody. Nah, I don't think it's drinking, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not drinking. He wasn't drunk. Nah, he wasn't drunk. He wasn't drunk, bro. That from being on them shrooms and being on the other stuff. That's being on them psychedelics and them shrooms and stuff. He like a hippie, bro. He was talking like a hippie. He was talking like a hippie. That's how hippies talk. Talking like the man sitting in front of the gas station, to be honest with you. Not making fun of him, just saying, like, that gotta be something to be looked at, man. Gotta have some kind of serious therapy or rehab. At that point, man, you gotta start looking at rehab. Yeah, but if he was drunk though, you would have. We've seen him drunk before. He's been drunk before. We've seen him drunk before. He was drunk when I don't. I think he was drunk when Caleb Plant slapped him. Yeah, I think he was drunk when Caleb Plant slapped him. But yeah, I know some boxers who really drink though, bro. Yeah, but I don't think that's a drinking thing. I think that's more of a cause you can tell if he was drinking. If he was drinking, he'll be looking like Marcos Maidana right now. But bro is just out of it. He's taking too many psychedelics, walking around like he in a video game. He thinking this is real life Fortnite or something. Yeah, bro. That personal life stuff, man, is real, man. That personal life stuff gets real. You trying to be a boxer and trying to be, you know, a husband or whatever. It's not gonna. Sometimes that's why a lot of people like. You'll see a lot of athletes get divorced while they hadn't got careers, or that's why Michael Jordan got a divorce. But it's also those guys not being as active. But people should have known that Charlo was messed up when he wasn't in good enough shape to get that Canelo fight. Like, bro, he's the only guy that's ever turned down a Canelo fight. That is insane. Man was like, nah. Dude turned down a Canelo fight. It's unheard of. Never heard of something like that before. Yeah, that's what's going on out here now, though. But yeah, I probably got Tudor in this. Tudor a bigger guy. Probably gonna roll with Tudor in this. Kevin Johnson just fought at 140. I seen that fight too. I seen that fight too. I think it's gonna be a majority decision. Uh, yeah, I think it'll be a majority decision. Tudor just a bigger guy. They gonna be fighting at 155. Yeah, he's just a bigger guy, man. They might fight at 147. They might fight at 47. I don't know. This dude too done weight all over the place though. You say you don't like the fact that PBC top star barely take fights. Yeah, the way it looks now, to be honest with you, the way it looks now, I don't think that stuff matter. It looks like everything revolves around Canelo and Tank. Because what I noticed, and y'all might agree with me on this, but a lot of fights don't get made until Canelo and Tank actually start signing a lot of these fights. Like as soon as Canelo signed the fight with Crawford, now all of a sudden you see all these fights coming together. As soon as Tank signed the fight with Lamont Roach, you see all those fights start coming together. I just think the PBC building up fights, it just got old, man. A lot of people just don't like it. So I can understand what people saying, but I just feel like all the pressure go on them when the other side don't really help. Because now, when you look at certain things, as far as last year, they put together a lot of fights, but it's not the same. Yeah, me too. I like those cars Golden Boy put on. They started that like last year or 2 years ago. Yeah, I like those cars they put on. Y'all gonna watch the fights tomorrow? I'm gonna try to catch the other fight that comes on tomorrow night. If I can, I'm gonna just watch UFC though. Yeah, they kind of. I think they did things, and then another thing too, man. I think they kind of wasted a lot of fights too. Like, if you really look at it, a lot of fights could have been made at a certain point. I know they was making fights like J Rock and Jared Hurd or whatever, but they had a lot of fights they could have made back then. That was PBC. When you look back, they let a lot of fights go, man. Charlo and Crawford should have been a fight that happened a long time ago. When I heard Charlo say, "Nah, man, he need to fight Spence," I was like, "Man, all right, man." That's when I kind of gave up on the whole PBC situation. I was just like, it is what it is. He said, "I got my shot ready." Yeah, I'm be ready too. Yeah, they consistent now. I think they started to build up their fighters. They got Duarte and all these guys stepping up. They just had JoJo at first, and a couple of other guys. Zepeda wasn't really moving like that at first. Yeah, I don't know what Mel gonna do. He keeps saying he never lost his belt or he never lost at 54. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, that Charlo versus Crawford fight should have happened, bro. That's gonna be a fight. I don't think we're gonna ever get that fight. Yeah, man. PBC dropped the ball, man. That's why I was kind of mad. I'm like, wow, they sit up here and make the Stanionis fight though. They made the Stanionis fight just like that. Kind of confusing a little bit because I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I think it still fall back on the fighters because at the end of the day, Stanionis and Boots wanted to fight each other. So I think it's the same for a lot of the other fighters as well. Yeah, man, that's crazy. From what I feel like PVC tried to build them up, and it's I think a lot of these promotional companies, like you know how when PVC came first got to Showtime, and then they had all those networks. Then you had Matchroom come in with the Zone. They were trying to build up all these fighters. They were building up. I guess you could say they were kind of building up Bibble, um, Mungia, and other fighters. So it's been a lot of guys they've been building up. But I think their era is over though. They took so long building up certain fighters. I think their era is past now. Yeah, that'll be a good fight though. I think Crawford would beat him easy. I think Crawford would get him easy. I always said that. That's why when people say he was too small, I was like, "Are you insane?" Yeah, I know Santa Cruz especially, bro. Gary Russell, you can throw him in there. Um, a couple of other guys I can't think about. I don't know what they were doing with Areola for a couple of years. Chris Areola. It's like they wanted him to retire, but he never lost. He kept winning. But yeah, they've done PVC. They've done a lot of weird things. They try to build up certain fighters, but it just don't work, man. Naturally, you just let things flow. But when you try to play favorites inside the company like that, it just don't work out like that. So a lot of guys want to go to certain companies that don't play favorites. And that guy who fight Mungia next week, if that guy who fighting Mungia next week wins again, that dude gonna end up changing everything that's going on. That's gonna be the first guy that Dana White try to snatch up. I guarantee it. Dana White already signed, is already dealing with fighters though. I know y'all was probably wondering what fighters Dana White was dealing with. I'll put one up there real quick. Somebody was like, "Oh, Dana White just like him because he Irish." I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, they got the picture right there. Bet. Yeah, this Dana White's you can say project right here. As soon as they give me the picture, so I can make it. Yeah, man, these dudes out here signing new fighters like it's nothing. All right, let me go ahead and get this picture. They were already using UFC Fight Pass, so yeah, Dana White been doing boxing though for a while now with this Fight Pass thing. I know people haven't been paying attention to it, but I was like, okay. I noticed last year. I said, oh, he started to put on some real fights. He said Walsh. He might be all right. Yeah, he might be all right. He's still 24, so you never know. He might be able to make some things happen. He's still a young guy, so you never know. Yeah, he's definitely still a young guy. Got a lot of amateur fights though. But yeah, maybe he can put some stuff together. You never know. You know, he just been fighting guys in Ireland, so gonna take some time to see what he can do. But he's signing guys though. Yeah, he's a prospect, man. Yeah, but he's signing guys though. These are the type of fighters he want right here. Just lets you know he knows what he's doing. I know he signed him. People said because he was an Irish guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know that. We know that. But I'm gonna be honest with you though. One of the best prospects I seen recently was a guy that was from Ireland. And when I seen the guy fighting, I was like, oh man, he's not that good. Man, I seen the guy recently. He looked like a beast. So if one thing I've learned about these Irish fighters, you never know how good they'll be. Shoot, technically Canelo Irish. Canelo the best. Canelo the best Irish fighter right now. He said that's why I think that's what's going to happen. Turkey need that to help sell out Caesar Saudi. He said that's what. Oh, that's not a good. That's not a bad idea. Maybe you're right, man. Trust me, you know. That's definitely not a crazy idea. That's definitely not a crazy idea. One thing I do know is Dana. I heard more people saying that yeah, that's definitely true. I don't know. We can't find one better than him. I don't know. Is that true? Probably is. I can't think of one right now. Besides Canelo. Yeah. Probably is true. Over Canelo? I don't know, man. I would give it to Conor. And I was a huge Conor McGregor fan before he got like popular. But man, I don't know. Canelo don't fight everybody I want him to fight, but he's still doing more than what these pipsqueaks out here doing. So I gotta give him credit. You got guys out here that's bro, you got guys out here in boxing that feel like they too good to fight Crawford. Like, what has he done? Think about that. You got guys that think they Canelo. No, kind of hands decent. I don't like his punching and stuff like that, but he got decent hands. He got decent hands. I would give it. I would say good for MMA. I would say good. I would say his wrestling is okay. Yeah, yeah, I know, man. Connor still get that respect though, bro. Connor still get that respect. That's why MMA is different. People don't understand it. He still get that respect. I was waiting on him to fight. I was waiting on him to fight Chandler. Man, I wanted to see that fight. He would have lost, but I wanted to see it. Taporia got better hands than Conor. Yeah, he do. Yeah, Taporia got better hands than Conor. Yeah, he got way better hands. I think he would have beat the brakes off of Conor, but Chandler versus Conor, battle of the wasted balls. You think Chandler cooked? Everybody said Chandler cooked. Oh my God. You know who's a bum, bro? Bro, I know Anthony Smith fighting tomorrow. I'm staying so far away from that fight. I never had a UFC fighter make me so mad in a fight, man. What was Anthony Smith thinking his last fight? Dude was walking to the ring crying. I'm like, bro, we just bet on you. What the? Just bet my money on you. You crying? Walking to the ring? What is wrong with this guy? Yeah, I almost forget he fought Liam Smith, man. I might have to go back and watch that. I keep forgetting that he fought Liam Smith. He was just fighting anybody. Yeah, that Billy Joe Saunders fight was just nasty work, man. People don't even remember that fight. Yeah, he was, bro. Yeah, he was. Yeah, a lot of people look up to Canelo. A lot of guys. You know, he's the best boxer, and you know, that's a generation that grew up on him. He fought Floyd. He's fought a lot of guys in Eastern Europeans, stuff like that. I think Canelo fighting a lot of European fighters made him more noticeable with Taporia. Yeah, his coach died. Yeah, his coach died. I know his coach died. I'm just like, you should have seen it, bro. Like he went out there throwing a fit, man. Like everybody kept saying it, like, bro, stay away from him. He's not fit to fight. I'm like, why is he going out there? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and fight for him. Then he went out there and he got in trouble. He just started throwing punches, and he was like, oh man, this dude quit in the ring almost. 7-0 featherweight division, both had two. Yeah, I know. That's why Taporia is trying to relax, moving up. Everybody's like, move up, move up. Yeah, moving up is a big deal, man. You can move up if you want to. Yeah, moving up is not easy. I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna do a show tonight probably once I get done with my predictions. I'll do a prediction show. I probably can't do it live, so I might have to I don't know, I might be able to do it live. We'll see. But if I don't, I'll just But I'm studying it right now though. Studying the car right now. You looked at the whole car yet or what? I haven't missed the first fight in like I haven't got the first fight wrong on the prelims in like weeks. It's been like 3 or 4 months since I missed a pick as far as the prelims, so I'm trying to see what's good. He said one majority decision. He tell Leighton notice opponent because of the rematch. He dropped D at 3 times, one rematch. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a good card, man. I forgot what card was good recently, but the card, not the last card that happened, but the card the week before that, oh, that was terrible. The card the week before that, I think it was like, what is it? It's August. Might have been like March, the end of March or something. It was horrible. The card that had all the decisions on it. Haven't been that many knockouts lately. Yeah, Nate Diaz and that's how Charlo started to talk like Nate Diaz, bro. Telling y'all he behind, man. See how Nate Diaz be talking. That jump be outrageous. I'm like, bro, dude, geeking, man. Can't be. And that was on the press conference. He said, cause you ain't winning. MMA. He had to move up. He was a corpse at 145. He was skinny. He was skinny at 145 though. He wasn't doing nothing at 55 though. At 55 and 75, nah, he needed to stay away. Didn't Connor break his leg or something recently? Not break his leg. What was that injury he had? Where he just pulled out? He trolling him. But yeah, man, I'm gonna see what kind of fights they have on later on tonight. See who else on this card real quick. Cause I seen that dude Kevin Johnson fight last time. Forgot who card it was on. Might have been some Red Owl box or something. Oh, that De La Hoya card already started? I will watch the whole thing, man. I don't even feel like watching it though. Let me see what they got on here. Yeah, they got a couple of prospects on here, man. Dang, somebody went out here and had a draw in his debut fight. Oh my God, that is not good. Damn, bro just had a draw in his debut fight. We dude talking about To my UFC. Yeah, I can't wait till UFC come on tomorrow though. I done got so used to watching it on Saturdays now. I used to not even pay attention to it. I used to not even pay attention to it on Saturdays now. Now I can't go without watching it. Yeah, tomorrow gonna be crazy, Trey. What's up, dog? Tomorrow gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be on here early too. I gotta see what time them fights start too, man. You know, sometimes they'll say the fight start at 10 and they'll start at 9. So if the fight say a certain time, man, just check an hour early. Because last time they said that, I just heard that Conor Ben and on the Eubanks, when Eubanks weighed in, I heard that he was 159 on his scale. I don't know if they trying to push a narrative or they just playing but they said that he was 159 on his scale. Then when he went and stepped on their scale, he was 160.05. And then they didn't let him, weigh in again or try to lose the pound real quick. Very odd what's going on. I think it's a lot of psychological games, but very odd what's going on right now. Yeah, that Eubank and Ben fight gonna be good, man. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on one championship. I'm trying to get into it. Uh, I'm gonna have some more time over the next couple of weeks. For the one championship, I'm probably not gonna be ready till like May 10th probably to like watch it like thoroughly. I know what's going on as far as martial arts or whatever, but I just gotta look at the events first, how they go. But yeah, that fight card between Eubanks and Ben is gonna be good. That's gonna be the perfect fight card for to prepare us for next week. They got a fight on right now, but I ain't gonna watch it. I was just coming on to chop it up with everybody for a little bit. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards Eubanks, but man, I see why everybody picking Conor Ben though. I was close to switching to Conor Ben too, man. I'm like, man, close to switching to Conor Ben, bro. I'm like, dude coming in fully hydrated, rehydration clause is not gonna bother him at all. He's chilling right now. He's eating whatever he wants to eat. Yeah, so Eubanks, he's gonna be in some trouble if he can't get rehydrated and take care of himself until the morning. I'm pretty sure right now he sleeps, so I can almost guarantee that. Probably like 3 or 4 a.m. Definitely sleep right now. Yeah, so he's definitely gonna need to recover. He said, "No way, Eubanks win. He looked horrible today." Yeah, I know. He looked bad, bro. He looked bad. He looked worse than I thought he would look. When they said he didn't make weight, I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna come out and. But the way he was drained and just looked out of it, moving very slow, just didn't like it. definitely not something you want to see from a guy losing that much weight. Carter Ben coming in with a huge advantage, man. And he throws a lot of shots, a lot of power punches. If Eubank's stamina don't hold up in this fight, it's gonna get ugly. Yeah, yeah. No, they say no. From what I heard, that's the narrative they putting out. From what I heard from Eubank's trainer, I heard that he was on weight on his scale. They weighed in on their scale as far as the official scale, and it was heavier. And they never just had a chance to weigh in again. So he never had a chance to lose any other weight. So his trainer just told him, just forget about it, bro, and just worry about the rehydration clause and the weigh in tomorrow, and just focus on getting the win. That's it. He didn't make too much. They didn't want to argue about 0.5 pounds, so just kept it pushing. Yeah, I'm not confident at all. I'm definitely not confident. He was worse. Trey, he looked worse than what I thought he was gonna look. I said, yeah, maybe he'll look bad. He looked worse. I was like, wow. Didn't expect him to look like that. Yeah, so he definitely is gonna have to prove that he belongs in a fight like this, because if he goes out there and gets embarrassed, he's gonna be done. Not to say that he's a bum, but if he goes out there and gets embarrassed, he's gonna be done. Kind of being is confident too. Conor Ben is basically, he's not saying it, but the way he's acting, he's almost guaranteeing a win. Like, yeah, I'm finna win this. Guaranteed. This guy's not gonna compete with me. So yeah, he's gonna have to. A lot of these guys have their back against the wall. I think Clark against Riley, he got his back against the wall. I think Anthony Yard has his back against the wall with Arthur. Um Liam Smith, his back is against the wall. Because a lot of these guys, if they lose this fight, they'll still be considered, notable names, but they won't be looked at as somebody who's gonna make a difference. He said sucking on ice. Yeah, I got Eubanks for the win. What's up, iMac? Is it done? I don't think it done, but taking a loss right now would be bad, man. It'll be such a setback. Because a lot of these guys, they feel like they're 1 or 2 wins away from being in a title fight or a main event, a big main event. So if they take a big loss right now, yeah, he call it a wrap on a lot of people. So I think they got to get out there and make a difference. Oh, shout out to the Bay, man. That's what's up. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to the Bay. I got a lot of homies in the Bay. For real. Shout out to the Bay. Bay got some real ones out there. He said, what if Ben gets embarrassed? I don't know. Ben can get caught, bro. I don't like, from what I seen in that Peter Dobson fight, I don't like what I seen from Ben. I don't like what I seen from Ben, bro. in that Dobson fight. I felt like Jaleel Hackett looked better against Dobson. I know it's two different fighters, but for a guy who most people consider a prospect to look better than you, and you're supposed to be a household name, I don't know. I'm not too confident, but I definitely think he can do some things. I think that rumor of him knocking out William Skull kind of helped him out, but I don't think that's gonna help him in this fight. Yeah, this definitely history. Yeah, they've been building this fight up for a long time too, man. They gotta make it happen. And they don't have, I could say it's why it's not. It's a big deal because they don't have many fights over there like that. They usually don't have that many fights over there like that. I haven't seen too many legacy fights. Carnivin or Ryan. I don't know. That's a good one. I think Ryan probably get him just because Ryan's I think his arms a little longer. Carnivin no jab like that either. You say after getting smacked. Hey Trey, they say those dudes is supposed to fight. I don't know what fight card it's gonna be on. Hold on. If Charlo and Caleb Plant, is fighting in May 31st. I don't know. Charlo, them guys could possibly fight on they could fight on another card, man. Probably Crawford or Canelo or something. I don't know if they'll do that though. Oh yeah, Asada. Yeah, real talk. He said you mad. Talking about your hero. Yeah, Caleb for the win. Yeah, I think Caleb gonna get it. You talking about over Charlo? I don't know, man. Charlo right now, yeah. I mean, Caleb looked kind of rusty his last fight, but he did look good still. Charlo been rusty too. It's kind of hard to tell. Charlo, he been looking bad though. I didn't like his last performance against Benavidez either. Yeah, that Caleb Plant fight gonna be good though. May 31st. Still got a lot of big fights coming up. But that era with Caleb Plant and Charlo is definitely coming to an end very fast. Not to say it's over, because they can fight for a long time still, but most of the guys that came into the game with them definitely starting to head out. Yeah, there's no way I can pick Charlo right now. I just can't. Yeah, he ain't fought in 2 years. He been looking bad. Then at press conference, he was. I understand, you medicating, but earlier they were saying he sounded like he was drunk. I'm like, man, the bad part of it is I don't even think he was drunk. Yeah, bro, he just been too out of it, and he's still undefeated, man. It's crazy. That dude Lamada, yeah, he technically you could say he a tomato can. I think he a good fighter though. I've seen the guy fight. To most people, they'll say he's a can, but I've seen him fight. He a good. He a decent fighter. You can say he on a McCumbee type of level. He like a McCumbee. Boost at 54 versus Bud. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm waiting. I want to see that Virgil Ortiz and Boost fight though. You talking about the last one? That dude was a straight up can, boy. You ain't lying about that. He was definitely a can. Yeah, but I think those fights, for PBC, they gonna line up, man. PBC got to put together a lot of fights this year. I don't know how long they gonna be with Amazon, but it could come to an end very soon. It depends. Who knows? But they got to put together a lot of fights, though. It seems like they are. So you're gonna see a lot of these names starting to put together some fights. We see Fulton ready to get back in the ring again. They're making moves. Oh yeah, Shakur versus Fada. Shakur gonna wash the Fada. Yeah, Zepeda, he gonna wash Zepeda. He said Boost like a skeleton at 47. Nah, he was alright, man. I'm telling you, bro, Boost ain't never looked like Eubanks looked today. That's really weight drain. The way Eubanks was today, that's weight drain, man. And you could tell he was weight drained because the man, his trainer gonna say he was he was 159.9 on our scale. Bro, anybody knows that if you're a 159.9 on the scale, you're not finna go jump on somebody else's scale and think you finna be on weight. He said, yeah, Prime Video isn't giving them a budget. But also Prime don't give one championship a budget, and they put cards on Prime once a month more than PBC do. Yep. One championship puts on a card all the time, bro. They almost have a card on more than PBC. I mean, more than UFC. Yeah, that .05. They said, hey, IMAC, they said that he went in there and he only had one chance to weigh in and he didn't have another chance. So I'm like, yeah, the zone definitely cracking. I like the zone when they first started. They just didn't have no fights on there. The zone didn't have no fights when they first started. They just had like, Tevin Farmer doing some fights. He was holding it down. Haney, a lot of other guys. Andre, Jacobs, Munguia, Bivol. He said them soy boy hands. Keep them hands protected. Yeah, them hands was looking bad, bro. I was like, man. Those hands was looking bad. Yeah, Eddie been turning up, bro. He got to. Yeah, Eddie, he been doing a better job than what Ben Shalom did last week. I don't know what that was, bro. When I seen Ben last week, bro, I'm like, I don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, that UFC. I mean, not UFC, but that YouTube channel they have. Yeah, I follow that. Yeah, it be some good fights on there too. Yeah, I catch him Friday morning. The zone was worth it in 2019 when it was $10. Yeah, when it was $10, bro. Oh man, you remember that? Man, you remember that? That was amazing. Man, that was a good deal. I'm not gonna lie. I think I had a deal, man, where it was like Hulu and something else included. I don't know if it was ESPN Plus. I think I had all that in the zone for like a low price. Yeah, when the zone first came out, it just didn't have much on there though. Just didn't have much content on there. That was the bad part. Yeah, the zone was popping, man. They starting to do better now though. Like I said, they got a fight on now. The zone definitely doing better. But if you watch MMA and boxing, like I don't know, I was just watching strictly boxing, but I done got back into MMA again, so I just don't watch strictly boxing. Yeah, I definitely don't. But yeah, man, I can't wait till this fight come on tomorrow though, man. Definitely can't wait to see that. After last week, they left me upset with last week. Yeah, Camille Mo, he a beast. I hope tomorrow they do a good job on this judging, man, and the scoring and refereeing. If they don't, it's gonna be a bad look. Yeah, $30 more. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. 30? I don't think they understand how much 30 is for one app. And then you gotta understand we got more apps. It's not like how some of these other apps are where it has movies and then live TV and no, you just got one thing on there. Then you gotta pay for the pay-per-view still. It's no good. Yeah, that Karate Kickboxer. Yeah, I seen that the grappling and kickboxing and Muay Thai. Yeah, I'm trying to watch that. I used to watch Pride fighting before they had got with UFC. So I watch all that stuff. And you know, everybody used to take karate back in the day, so you know how that goes. Martial arts. You know, this generation doesn't know it, but everybody used to actually try to do karate and martial arts back in the day. People used to actually want to fight or learn how to. Yeah, it's a rocky relationship. Everybody thought he was gonna show up, man. I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna show up tomorrow. It was sad seeing Eubanks Jr. at the weigh in without his dad, but I know why his dad wasn't there though. He was there because they ain't let you weigh in twice. His dad like, why should I be there and they're not even gonna let you weigh in twice? There's no reason for me to be there. They're not even gonna let me say anything. I'm just gonna stand there and say nothing. Might as well stay home. Yeah, I know. They starting to get like PVC now, bro. They starting to get like PVC now. Every time you turn around, it's a pay-per-view. I'm gonna tell you one thing too. We're gonna keep up with this too, using username. We're gonna keep up with this. If we get to like June, July, and they still doing pay-per-views, bro. If they do more pay-per-views than PBC by June or July, and PBC has more free shows, that means the zone going in a bad direction, man. We got to call them out. Yeah, we thought karate was it, bro. I mean, it is. I mean, if you can, in certain scenarios, it is. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to do certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because Wesley Snipes, you know, he does his own. He does his own stunts and everything in Blade. So a lot of that stuff pays off, but a lot of these guys suck in karate though. They don't know how to fight. Yeah, we was talking about Kimbo, man, the other day, bro. I was telling people, bro, Kimbo is the first fighter or boxer to go viral that the fans made famous. That's how powerful the internet was. People didn't know how powerful the internet was until you seen Kimbo in the backyard boxing a guy. Then the next thing you know, he's on UFC in a co-main event or a main event on UFC. Dude got that famous. And I think before he went to UFC, he was on like some small platform, like Bellator before Bellator. That's when Dana White was like, man, I gotta get my hands on this Kimbo Slice guy. Yeah, he definitely got played. I ain't gonna talk about it on here because I don't want to ruin everybody's uh experience as far as the fight. But yeah, he's definitely getting played. The way Eubanks got treated today, he didn't get treated like the son of a legend. He got treated like a bum off the street today. So I know a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, that's Chris Eubanks Senior's son." They treated him like a bum today, like he was nobody. Yeah, I never understood how what was the way people don't hated Chris Eubanks until today though. It's just he's walking a fine line, bro. He's just walking a dangerous game. A lot of these promoters they look at it as like giggles and stuff like that, but they ain't getting in the ring. Yeah, .05, and I heard he couldn't weigh in again. His promoter said, I mean, his trainer said he couldn't weigh in again, and that he was on wait for before the official weigh in. Have you guys looked into UFC trying to remove the Ali Act? Yeah, I've looked into it. I've thought about it. Is it something I'm in favor of? No. I don't want the Muhammad Ali Act to get taken away, but is it something that's helping boxing right now? Is it saving boxing? I mean, it's still a lot of corrupt stuff going on in boxing. I don't think that's gonna stop anything, but It's just a lot of stuff they trying to tweak with the Ali Act as far as they want UFC to be able to put on their own fights without having to go through certain just sanctioning bodies. They want to have their own belt. Because what Turkey Al Sheik really wanted to do was he was getting all these undisputed fights together so he could have one champion. So once he finds out who's undisputed, you don't have to get all the belts together because you're gonna know who's undisputed. So those guys can just fight without the belts after that. But still have a hard time with guys wanting to drop the belts. The belts mean something to these guys. Yeah, those street fights used to be crazy, bro. You remember we used to get those street fights on DVD? See, people don't remember that, man. We used to have to get those fights on DVD. Kimbo Slice. Those were hot on the street. Everybody had a Kimbo Slice CD at home. A lot of those fights went on the internet. Oh, Elite XC. Oh, okay, bet. Round one spent some game. Oh, when he was on CBS, I forgot about that. Round one. Damn, making me feel old now, dog. I forgot he was on CBS. Dang, bro. You know what? That man, and people don't know that, man. Kimbo Slice helped UFC go mainstream. He really did. People might not, they might not know that, but he did. He helped UFC go mainstream. It went viral, actually. Matter of fact, once Kimbo Slice went into UFC, you had guys like Brock Lesnar, all these guys trying to go in, like, just crazy. He said he gonna finally get a win versus Eubanks. Oh, you seen how happy he was today? Man, hey, Nigel Ben was like, he was happy. I was like, damn, who is that? He didn't even look the same. He was smiling so hard. I was like, who is that? Yeah, man, I almost forgot he was on Ultimate Fighter, bro. Yeah, Kimbo Slice changed the game, man. He changed the game, bro. To be honest with you, Kimbo Slice changed the internet. It wasn't a lot of people getting found on the internet. Like going from fighting in the backyard to being on UFC. That wasn't going on until guys like, I'll probably do a show about that one day. But around that year that Kimbo Slice started going viral, it was a lot of people that went viral around that time. A lot of people. This is way before Money Mayweather. Yeah, that was way before that. Yeah, but he changed the game though. He made Dana White a lot of money, man. The reason why Dana White is paid the way he is now, Kimbo, he solidified UFC. Before he made UFC look cool. A lot of people looked at UFC like a bunch of barbarians, old guys just in the ring, in the cage fighting each other. But when Kimbo Slice got in there, everybody was like, whoa, that Dada 5000. That dude Dada 5000 was looking crazy. I was like, who is this guy? He looks like a Trojan soldier or something. Yeah, that Dada 5000. I think that guy had red hair or something. Bro, you know what's crazy? Some of this stuff y'all we talking about right now, I haven't seen it since I seen it live, bro. I haven't seen that Kimbo fight since it was live. That CBS fight, I forgot about that. But yeah, man, I gotta head out, bro. I might come on my MMA channel later on. I gotta head out though. But I'm gonna be on here tomorrow though for boxing, and I'm gonna be on here for MMA tomorrow. If y'all guys wanna check me out, I'll definitely be back on tomorrow, man. Username 1 in round 1. I'll definitely be on tomorrow. Yeah, the Kimbo and Dada brought in them numbers, bro. It brought in those numbers. That was like a Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson situation. Oh yeah, that Evans verse. I forgot Evans and versus Rampage had Kimbo Slice on there. I'm not even gonna lie though, bro. Even though I was a super Kimbo Slice fan, Evans and Rampage season was still fire though. I think Conor McGregor and Uriah Favors, that was like the second best one. Conor McGregor versus Uriah Favors, that was funny because you know he had his buddy over there. I forgot old boy's name. The one that Conor McGregor was like sold him out like a little weasel.